Hello, this is Carrie again, and I'm super excited. I have another video for you today. Today's going to be a pen review, so I'm really excited about that. I want to thank the folks at Amazapens for sending me out these for review and for sponsoring this video. I will be reviewing these. Before we start, there is a like button down below, so if you like this video, like this video. There's a subscription link as well as links to past videos and past tutorials that I have done. So let's get started. So these are a set of 24 pens, and you get 24 different colors. They are water-based, they're non-toxic, and they really don't have, because they're water-based, they're also odorless, which is awesome. They come in a set of 24. I think Amazon has this today. I saw them for $27 for a set of 24. These are really, really fine points at 0.4 millimeters. Let me show you these. Hold. I'm going to show you how fine they are. They can be blended, and also the ink won't bleed on these. So this is really nice for using on your coloring books because you won't get bleed through. And I'm going to show you how fine these are. I used watercolor paper for this because I wanted to try different effects by just dropping a couple of drops of water on here and seeing that you can use water to create effects. Because they are water-based, they're not water resistant, so you can use that to your benefit by using drops of water to create effects. They can be blended and layered, and I'm going to show you some blending and layering that I've done here. That's really nice. You can see here some blending and layering. You can also see here some more blending and layering, and I want to show you how fine that is compared to my finger. And I'm going to stop for a minute after I talk to you about them and come back and do a little mini tutorial, but I wanted to show you this about these pens. And and that's one of the things I really like about them is just how fine they are. Let me show you the point on one of these. Let me get one of these out and show you a point. Look at that. I think it's this one. One thing I don't like about these pens is that there is no name of the color printed on there. I think it all depends on whether or not you're used to. I'm used to seeing the name on the thing, so that way it helps me to remember what I've done. But it is 24 colors, so it's not like it's, you know, a huge difference, but I do like to see the name there. So that's for me personally. I like to see the name there. You do get 24 different colors. Oh, the other thing I really like, and I noticed it right away, is that when you get your set of 24, you're going to get 3 different skin tones, which is awesome because sometimes it can be difficult to find the medium and the dark skin tones, but you get 3 different skin tones for you to play with to create your fashions, as well as to use these for various different effects. Let me show you this. And like I said, I'm going to zoom in a second so you can see this a little bit better, because I know it is hard to see because this is so fine. But did I use the same one? I used to say one twice. I used to say one twice. But I wanted to show you this. You can leave them uncapped, but I like to recap them right after use. That's just me personally. But you can, if you're using a whole bunch of them at the same time, you can leave them uncapped for a little bit. Just don't do it like, you know, overnight or anything. So that is it. I'm going to take a break for a second and zoom in and show you some of the effects that I've done with this postcard book, which is really fine detail. If you haven't seen this Enchanted Garden postcard book, you're missing out on some crazy fine detail. So if you like working with pens and you like working with fine liners, this is a especially good book for this. I think this is a great book just showing off the great things that you can do with these pens. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break and I will be right back to show you some of the things that I did here. All right, so I am back. I tried to get the camera to go in a little bit closer, and I really couldn't get the tripod to go in low enough that you guys will be able to get a clear vision. So I'm just going to hold it in my hand, and hopefully I will be able to be steady enough while the camera is on to be able to show you the gradation effect that I did here, and I hope that it works. So there is that. But before I start that, I wanted to show you guys this because I didn't mention this, is that you can use the cap as a little pen cup. So you can have them and two little separate piles if you want to do that, or you can use one pile for you know, for the colors that you're currently using and the other one for the rest of them. For this little mini tutorial, we're going to be using these colors here, the light green, medium green, dark green, and hopefully I can get it to work the right way. So I'm going to be doing up here, you'll be able to see these leaves here, hopefully. So the way that I did this is I started very carefully with the bottom. All right, so I started with the bottom. That's the darkest green. And then I went over it with the medium green. And then I took the light green. Now for the light green, I went all the way to the bottom and I pulled the light green up. So you go all the way to the bottom and I pull the light green up. So you bring up some of that color with you. So I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully you can see that that gives it a nice little bit of shading there. So I hope you guys like that. Let me show it to you again on the other side. Hopefully my hand will be steady enough that it'll show up well. And medium. Just a little bit of medium. You don't need that much medium. And then you use the light one and you pull the color up with the light one. And then you'll see like a little bit of gradation that way, and it looks a little bit more natural that way. So you can see that you can use that to layer, and I did that same thing with some of these other areas of using the medium, the light, and the dark green, and then pulling up that color. The other thing that I did here, which I thought was really fun, is I just took a line of each color and I just did a very, very light line of each color, and then the flower is all the colors together. So that was a lot of fun to do that. So I hope you guys like this little mini tutorial that I did here. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys want to see me do. And I will see you guys next time. And again, I want to thank the folks at Amazapens for sending me out these for review and for sponsoring this video. And let me know in the back if you have any questions and if there's anything in particular that you want to see. Oh, and I forgot to mention that you can post these. You can post these, which is what, which is one of the ways to do it. So you can, uncap them and leave them uncapped for a little bit. Not overnight, of course, but just for a little bit. But anyway, I will see you guys next time, and I hope you guys like this video. Bye.